Flying Pig Marathon warm weather impacted a lot of runners, forcing them to slow down, they say, and adjust their goals.
So meteorologist Ashley Smith was there and now explains to us how the medical staff reacted to some struggling runners.
So, of course, it is not unusual to have warm weather in May, but when you're running or walking for several hours, even temperatures in the 60s can be tough. 150 runners were treated by the medical staff and 20 had to go to local hospitals yesterday. I spoke to a heart doctor about how it wasn't only the heat that affected those piggies.
And hot.
That's two of the words used to describe Sunday's Flying Pig Marathon and Half Marathon. Held on the first Sunday in May each year since 1999, it's not unusual for the weather to be warm by the time a lot of people cross the finish line of this endurance race. Even the female winner, Olivia Anger, struggled with the conditions, falling to the ground and being wheeled away to the medical tent after finishing the 26.2-mile race. The temperature at the start of the race was 63 degrees with a dew point of 62. By 10 a.m., the temperature was 71 with a dew point of 63. Race officials issued a red flag warning by 8:30, telling participants to listen to their bodies and slow their pace. Dr. Thomas O'Brien with the Christ Hospital explains why the humidity Sunday likely contributed to some of the runners struggling to meet their goals.
So the body in these environments is supposed to be able to get rid of heat a number of ways, but evaporation becomes an important one. And you mentioned the humidity, because when it's too humid outside, then evaporation doesn't work as well to let your body get rid of that extra heat.
Dr. O'Brien says runners weren't acclimated to the heat, given that most of their training was in the colder winter months. Female runner-up Brooke Wildermuth says she knew to adjust her pace from the start of the race.
With the heat today, I took like a conservative start and added about 10 seconds per mile, hoping to not hit the wall. Still hit it a bit, but finished standing, so happy with that.
Dr. O'Brien says paying attention to your heart rate, body temperature, and muscle fatigue is very important.
What they need to be paying attention to is if they feel like they're losing some strength, losing any kind of coordination of effort, any weakness. Those are signs that should not come from just working hard.
Not only drinking water, but an electrolyte drink like Gatorade will help with salt intake, which often takes a hit when someone is sweating so much. In the event of suffering heat-related illness, it's important to get your body cooled and rehydrated. As we get into the warmer months this spring and summer, the best advice is to listen to your body and use common sense when exercising or working outside in the heat. Now, according to the Flying Pig, they had 400 medical team members from all local hospitals working throughout the race course. The last time that they issued a red flag warning was in 2018 when temperatures were similar to yesterday. Myself and Rob Williams ran the marathon that year, and I think both of us would tell you it was a rough day. But, you know, this is not atypical. The problem is you're not used to it. Most of our training runs, temperatures were in the 30s, 20s, teens. So your body's just not used to the 60s and 70s.
Well, you won the relay, so you have nothing to complain about, right?
Well, we slowed down, though. I mean, like, my first two runners were way faster than the third and fourth, so it just goes to show you, the red flag warning came out as I was waiting at my relay exchange, and we were all trying to find, like, this sliver of shade, because that was the other thing. It was really sunny yesterday, and it just all contributes to a really rough day for some of those runners.
You know, maybe we rethink the time of year.
Yeah. You know, Pittsburgh Marathon was also yesterday. It rained. And I don't know, maybe that was better because it didn't storm, it just rained.
Last year was bad.
Last year was bad. Well, and Saturday they delayed the start of the 5K and some of those other races that happened at the Flying Pig Marathon. So they avoided thunderstorms because of that delay, but then had to deal with heat on Sunday.
Tough to ever get it right, I'm sure.
Right.
All right, thanks, Ash.